Hi everyone, it's Moj here. You may have had me as a presenter from Push for a session recently. If you haven't, then the idea of doing these videos is just that you can get some key points anyway of what we talk about. Today, I'm just going to talk about this idea of making a life, not just a living. And the word's just. And the words life and a living, I mean, a life, you want life to feel like a road trip. It should be about the journey just as much as the destination. It should feel like a road trip as opposed to a tube journey where you're stuck in there with other people. You don't even get to decide the route that you're going if you think about it on a tube journey. On the underground, it's the train drivers and you can only get off at certain points and it's a fixed route, whereas a road trip is much more exciting. What might your road trip be? Well, if you're thinking of options at 16, your options at 16, let's say, was very basically you either go to college or you go to a sixth form. And the options at 16 are never just options at 16, they're options where really you're thinking of it as a bridge to what you can do when you're 18. So when you're 16, what can you do? Well, you can link a college course with an apprenticeship. So you can start doing a course which is maybe a lot more practical assessments. It might be a very vocational, very job specific thing that you start training for at essentially a kind of the base level of it. And then that could lead to at 18 doing essentially a foundation, a HNC or a HND qualification, a foundation in a very job specific thing. So at 16 you can start to really link with employers already, a bit like work experience. There's courses like that. There's also courses where you can carry on going deeper with academic courses, A-levels. So you might be looking at BTECs, which are more of the apprenticeship side, linked with employers at a college. You might be looking at academic things also at a college, things like your languages, history, philosophy, things like that, maths, biology, all the other sciences. So you can keep doing the things you've been doing already, that you've been doing up until 16 for GCSE, and carry those on, but never forget at 16 to look at those other things you can start doing. Apprenticeship qualifications where you start linking it with employers, BTECs as well. It might be that there's a sixth form college as well where they do a mix. But the whole point is, think about what type of a learner you are. Push, we always talk about people being a rounded person. And one slice of being rounded is obviously your qualifications. You need to make sure the qualification is also accredited. It's what that industry wants from you. So always check what type of qualifications an industry needs from you. And also maybe what you had to study before you were 16 to be allowed to have a gateway to studying that next thing. But at the same time, the other slices are just as important. The other slices are things like your attitude, your behavior, your personality. And your attitude, your behavior, your personality, you need to think about those things, what you want from life, the type of person you are, the type of learner you are as well, how you get good marks in things, assess it. If you're very good at practical things, great. You might think, well, if I always get good marks in practical things, and I really like the idea of focusing on a job specific skill, you might be more suited to a vocational course more at a college. But if you're loving the academic side and challenging yourself up here, then you might stick at a sixth form where your school gives you that option, or you might go to a sixth form nearby and study more of the A-level route. But always be thinking about your personality and this idea that you develop roundedness through the place you choose. So it's never just the course on paper. What is that college or what is that sixth form? What is it like? What are other things that they got, opportunities they can give you, building links with really inspiring people. So say people who can mentor you or industry professionals who can come in and speak to you or even be part of the course. If you do things like health and beauty as a course, there might be that it's linked with the local salon or the local hairdressers, or if it's mechanics, it might be that it's linked with an industry, a company nearby, and they come in and actually help run some of your classes and they offer you the work experience as well. So always be thinking, what are the wider things a sixth form or a college or a sixth form college, whatever they call it, can offer you as a person. Think about the extra clubs and events and activities you can get involved in. Think about your welfare. There should be someone there you can talk to about your mental health to check that you're fine with how you feel. But also there should be hopefully someone who you can talk to about employability, careers. So someone who's helping you go, this is what you're studying now, and this is what it can lead to at 18. Here are the choices that the course you're doing now, here are the gates that open to at 18 if you want to choose them. So think about that roundedness. Think about your soft skills as well, all those other things you're developing. So things like initiative, problem solving, teamwork, creativity, empathy, being able to just be around humans and understand them. These are all things you want to consider, never just the name of a course. So guys, that's my advice. Whatever choice you're going to make at 16, remember, develop that roundedness.